My beloved, I know you've been wondering why it's taken so long. Why the door didn't open when you prayed, why the tears came when you expected joy, and why the silence lingered when you begged me for answers. Let me hold you in this moment and reveal to you something sacred. The wait was not punishment. It was protection. I know you felt forgotten, but heaven was working behind the veil, preparing things you couldn't yet see. There were rooms being arranged with your name written on the walls, but I couldn't bring you in too soon, or the weight would have broken you. What you saw as delay was actually a divine strategy. There were people still connected to your past who would have contaminated your future, and I had to pull them away before I could place you where you belonged. That heartbreak? It hurt, yes. But it unhooked you from what would have poisoned your destiny. That opportunity you lost? It grieved you. But if you would have walked into it, it would have become a cage. I wasn't being silent to ignore you. I was whispering in ways your anxious heart couldn't yet hear. Every unanswered question, every closed door, every lonely night, it was me, shielding you from things that looked good but were never God-ordained for you. I let the ground beneath you shake so that only what was unshakable would remain. I allowed certain connections to drift because they couldn't go with you into the next season. I am not a God of confusion, my child. I am a God of order, of preparation, of purpose. And the reason the waiting season felt so long is because I was crafting something eternal out of your temporary suffering. You were never being denied. You were being developed. You didn't miss it. You didn't mess it up. Stop tormenting yourself with that lie. I am not holding your mistakes against you. I already used them to form the very testimony you will carry into rooms you never imagined entering. Yes, even the bad decisions, especially the ones you regret. They are not wasted. I am the redeemer of broken timelines. I restore what time tried to steal. You thought you disqualified yourself, but I was still qualifying you in secret. I do not call the perfect, I call the willing, the humbled, the wounded ones who cry out to me in the dark and trust me even when the light hasn't come. I saw you on those nights you couldn't sleep. When you whispered, "God, do you even see me?" and you felt like heaven was mute. But I wasn't silent, I was storing every tear in my bottle, weaving every ache into the story of your resurrection. You are not just surviving this season, you are being prepared to thrive in the next one. My timing is surgical, not random. You were not late. You were not early. You are walking into alignment. And alignment sometimes requires isolation. I had to strip you of things you thought you needed so that you could see I was always enough. I didn't let them stay because I knew their presence would have distracted you from mine. Even now, my angels are moving in silence on your behalf. You don't see them, but they've been dispatched. To open doors. To close the wrong ones. To usher in divine appointments you didn't ask for but deeply need. There is someone I've been speaking to about you. Someone you've never met, or maybe someone you thought was gone for good, whose heart I've been softening. I'm stirring in them dreams they can't explain, a burden to find you, a sudden pull toward your name. Your restoration isn't only about what you lost, it's about what you never had but always longed for. I am not just bringing back what was broken, I am doing something new. I am sending new provision, new relationships, new strength, new vision. But before I could release it, I had to expand your capacity. That's why the weight stretched you. That's why the silence was heavy. I was making room. You didn't know it, but while you were waiting, you were growing. Maturity was forming. Discernment was deepening. Faith was strengthening. And now, yes now, you are standing at the edge of the shift. You're not behind, my child. You're right on time. The weight didn't break you. It built you. You're stronger than you think, holier than you feel, and closer than you realize. Keep your eyes open. The hourglass has turned. What you were waiting for is now turning toward you. I am not sending you back to repeat the pain. I am sending you forward into a place where your story becomes someone else's survival guide. You will not return to who you were before the fire, you have become gold refined. And those who looked at you and saw only brokenness will now see my glory through your scars. I allowed you to be overlooked so that when you are seen now, it will not be by man's decision but by my hand. I hid you so I could heal you. I delayed you so I could deliver you. You are not the same. And because you are not the same, what's coming will not be the same. Your spirit has been marked by obedience in the quiet, and that obedience has moved heaven. Watch what I do in response to your trust. Watch how I make rivers flow in desert places. Watch how I turn what was meant for evil into an altar of praise. This isn't just the end of a waiting season, it is the beginning of a glory season. One where peace replaces panic. Where clarity crushes confusion. Where restoration comes with confirmation. Yes, my child, this is the unveiling. The divine reversal. The moment you'll look back on and say, this is where it shifted. You're not just stepping into something new, you're stepping into what was always yours. The wait wasn't wasted. It was the womb of your miracle. My child, let me speak to the part of you that has learned how to smile while silently breaking. You've become so good at hiding the ache behind your eyes that even those closest to you can't see it anymore. But I see it. I see the exhaustion from carrying what others don't even know exists. I see how you keep showing up even when your faith feels faint. I see how you pray with lips trembling and hands shaking, hoping that this time, it might break through. You haven't been weak. You've been faithful in the wilderness. And because of that, I am bringing rain to your dry places. The drought is ending. The season where nothing moved, nothing grew, and everything felt like stillness in slow motion, that season is closing. I've heard the groaning of your spirit. I've watched you fight thoughts you didn't ask for and battle doubts you were ashamed to voice. You thought you were alone in those midnight moments, but I was sitting with you in the silence. I was holding you when no one else even noticed you were falling apart. This next move of mine in your life isn't based on performance, it's based on presence. You've stayed near me, even in pain. And now I'm about to prove what I do for those who dwell in the shadow of the Most High. Listen to me carefully now. What's coming next will not resemble what you've been through. You've been trained by trial, but now you'll be trusted with triumph. That doesn't mean every battle ends. it means now you'll war from a place of victory instead of survival. I'm giving you spiritual authority that doesn't shout, but shifts things quietly, powerfully, unmistakably. The enemy tried to convince you that you were cursed because of how long it's taken. But child, you've been carried, not cursed. You've been preserved, not punished. What others called delay was actually divine development. I have stored up treasures in heaven with your name on them. Every seed of obedience you sowed in the dark is about to break open in the light. You will soon see the harvest of your yes when it was hardest to say. And no, it won't come through the doors you expected. I'm going to use unlikely people, unusual timing, and unfamiliar paths. But you will know it's me, because peace will walk with it. I'm not giving you what you lost, I'm giving you what you didn't know you could ask for. I am not just restoring, I am revealing. And what I reveal, no man can shut down. Your gift is being reawakened. Your voice is being anointed. Your story is being rewritten by my hand. Let hope rise again. You're not too late. You're right on time for my promise. Let's go deeper, beloved. There are things I want to show you that require separation. Not everyone can go with you where I'm leading you next. Some were only assigned to your wilderness, not your promised land. Don't weep over who left or who stopped understanding you. That was me, removing distractions that would have drained you. You asked me for clarity, but then cried when I exposed what was counterfeit. Trust me, it had to be done. You cannot carry the weight of a kingdom while holding hands with compromise. I am setting you apart, not to punish you, but to purify you. This next chapter demands purity, not perfection, but surrender. I'm teaching you to recognize my whispers, not just my wonders. Because I'm about to give you influence, and if your heart isn't aligned with mine, influence becomes an idol. I'd rather delay your platform than let it destroy you. That's why this season felt like fire, it was. But the fire didn't come to burn you. It came to refine you. And now, like gold, your worth has increased through every trial you've endured. When I raise you up, it won't just be to elevate you, it will be to glorify me through your life. The story I'm writing is not just for your healing, it's for others who are still in the fight. They'll look at you and find the courage to keep going. Because you didn't give up. Because you trusted me when it didn't make sense. And here's the final truth of this chapter, my child, I am not just visiting you with favor. I am dwelling with you. You are about to live in what you once only prayed for. The shift won't be temporary. The restoration won't fade. What I place in your hands now will be protected by my angels. You've cried, Lord, don't let me mess this up. And I heard you. So I've surrounded your future with divine strategy. You'll make decisions that surprise even you, because my spirit is guiding you in ways you never thought possible. Divine downloads are coming in dreams, in stillness, even in the middle of ordinary routines. Don't miss them. Write them down. Act on them. I am preparing to fast-track what you thought would take years. One connection, one message, one encounter, that's all it will take. And it will be me. The same God who held you together in the pit will now lift you into the promise. Not because of your perfection, but because of my covenant. I have never changed my mind about you. Even when you doubted yourself, I still saw the greatness I placed inside you. And now, the time has come to unveil it. You are stepping out of the shadows. This is the season where the hidden becomes honored, where the rejected becomes radiant, and where the forgotten becomes favored. Keep walking. I'm going ahead of you, and what's waiting is more than you dreamed. My beloved child, I know you're tired of feeling like the promise is always near but never quite in reach. I know how exhausting it is to keep believing when every sign seems to scream, "Not yet." But I need you to hear me now. You were never being punished. You were being positioned. What felt like delay was divine timing wrapping you in mercy. I wasn't withholding blessings, I was preparing you to carry them well. I've seen the war within you, the part that wants to trust me and the part that wonders if I've forgotten you. But I haven't. I couldn't. You are etched into the palm of my hand. I've been watching over every moment, every breath, every silent tear. I saw you walk past closed doors and wonder why others got through. I saw you bless people who had what you prayed for. And I smiled. Because every time you chose honor over envy, faith over frustration, you built something eternal in your spirit. You didn't know it, but angels recorded those moments. Heaven celebrates the unseen victories of your heart. You were becoming the person who could carry what I'm about to place in your life. I never wanted to give you something that would crush you. That's why the wait was necessary. But the wait has matured into a window. And now, I'm opening it wide. Let me tell you something sacred, something you must never forget. When you didn't see progress, I was planting roots. The kind of roots that can withstand storms, betrayal, delays, and disappointment. I wasn't focused on your comfort, I was focused on your calling. Because what I'm doing through you is not just for you. It's for generations. That's why I protected you from certain relationships, even when you begged me to make them work. That's why I pulled you out of circles where you didn't belong. You thought it was rejection, it was redirection. I was shielding your purpose from subtle sabotage. Some people were good to you, but not good for you. Some environments supported your gift but stifled your soul. I knew the difference. And I'm not just concerned with your success, I care about your becoming. My promise is not just about arrival. It's about alignment. You've been asking, why did it take so long? My answer is this: because I love you too much to let you build something that looks right but isn't rooted in truth. The person you are becoming now, they are ready. And that's why things will begin to accelerate. You won't have to force what I'm about to do. It will flow. The favor coming next is not random, it's recognition from heaven that your heart passed every secret test. Come closer, my child, because this part is personal. You are not the same person who entered the waiting room. You've changed. You've softened in the right places and strengthened in others. You've learned how to hear my whisper in the noise. You've learned how to rest even when nothing made sense. And now, because of that, I am giving you something that can't be taken: peace. You are about to walk into rooms where the atmosphere shifts because of what you carry. It's not pride. It's presence, mine. You won't have to fight for attention. I will make room for your voice. You won't have to chase opportunities. They will find you. Because I am drawing people to you who are aligned with your assignment. This time, you won't have to over-explain yourself. They will understand you because they were sent to walk with you. I've already whispered your name into hearts you haven't even met yet. I'm placing you in environments where you are not just tolerated, you are celebrated. But remember this. The platform is never the point. It's the people. Every room I send you into, remember who sent you. Stay humble. Stay anchored. Don't confuse applause with affirmation. Let me be the one who tells you when it is good. When I lift you, no man can bring you down. And when you feel small again, remember, my spirit in you is still enough to shift the room. Now listen, beloved, because I'm going to tell you what's coming. Restoration is on the way. Not just partial, not just symbolic, real, tangible restoration. I'm restoring what the locusts of disappointment tried to eat. I'm rebuilding what betrayal tried to destroy. I'm repairing what the past tried to bury. And not only will you see restoration, but multiplication. You prayed for one breakthrough, and I'm about to give you more than you asked. But not because you earned it, because you trusted me when it was hardest. Your story is about to become someone else's survival guide. There are souls attached to your obedience. That's why I couldn't let you quit. That's why the warfare intensified every time you got close. The enemy knew what was on the other side of your yes. But he couldn't stop it. He couldn't cancel what I ordained. He tried to wear you out. But you're still here. And not just barely, you're rising. You will look back and say, it was all worth it. The pain, the pruning, the pauses, it all led to this moment. So hold your head high. You are stepping into your anointing. You are stepping into fulfillment. You are stepping into purpose that has waited its whole life to meet you. Don't look back. What's ahead is more than you dreamed. My child, there is something sacred stirring in the atmosphere around you. Do not be deceived by what your physical eyes see. For while the natural may look silent, the supernatural is bursting with activity. I am orchestrating divine reversals. I am taking what the enemy meant for harm and turning it into healing. The very thing that made you cry yourself to sleep, the very thing that tried to break your faith, watch what I do with it. I will use your scars as signs, not of failure, but of victory. Your weakness became my invitation. You laid down your understanding and picked up trust. That was not a small thing. That moved heaven. Angels were released because of your surrender. The war that was fought in the spirit, the one you couldn't see but felt in your fatigue, in your doubt, in your emotions, it is shifting. I dispatched help on your behalf, even when you didn't have the strength to pray. You don't have to understand every detail to walk in my peace. Trust is not about answers. It's about presence. I was with you when you felt alone. I was carrying you when you thought you'd collapsed. And now, I'm leading you into a new territory. This is holy ground. You are not walking into a repeat, you're walking into redemption. What's coming next isn't recycled. It's new. You don't have to compare it to your past. I'm doing a new thing, and it begins now. This season you are stepping into is not just about what I am giving you, it's about what I'm revealing in you. You're about to discover layers of strength, grace, and wisdom you didn't know you carried. Because you had to wait, you developed resilience. Because you were overlooked, you became rooted. And now, you are not entering this next chapter empty, you are entering with spiritual equity. You've earned this ground through obedience, through praise in pain, through prayers in private. I have kept record of every faithful step. Nothing was wasted. Not 1 hour, not one heartbreak, not one act of integrity that no one else saw. I saw it. I treasured it. And I am now honoring it. The doors opening before you are not accidents, they are assignments. And this time, when the doors open, you'll know what to do with them. You'll no longer shrink to fit in. You'll stand tall, not in pride, but in holy confidence. Because you know who sent you. And you know why you were sent. You're not just entering opportunities, you're entering impact. I've placed my words in your mouth. I've given you favor with the right people. You will speak, and hearts will soften. You will act, and chains will break. Because I have anointed you not just to dream, but to build. And build you will. Child, don't forget what I taught you in the dark. The depth of your intimacy with me in the valley will protect your integrity on the mountain. Don't rush ahead. Stay in step with my spirit. For though the blessings will come quickly, your character must remain deeply rooted in me. I did not train you through silence just so you would lose yourself in success. You were shaped for more than applause. You were built for my glory. When the crowd cheers, remember the cave where you first heard my whisper. When the light shines on you, remember the nights you wept with no one watching. Those tears were sacred, they watered the seed. Now that the fruit is beginning to show, guard it with humility. Remember, what I give to be stewarded, not shown off. You will know when to speak and when to stay quiet. I've sharpened your discernment. Not everyone who claps for you is sent by me. But don't let fear close your heart. You don't need to protect what I've already defended. I've gone before you. I've already removed some who would have drained you. That ache you felt months ago, that sudden separation, it was me. I cleared the path. So now you can run without entanglement. You've been released. Run freely. Run wisely. And run with me. Let me speak now to the tender places still healing in you. Yes, I'm blessing you. Yes, I'm elevating you. But I haven't forgotten the parts of you still mending. The pain from those who left without closure. The ache of dreams that seemed buried. The weight of always being strong when you really needed someone to see you. I see you. I see all of it. And I'm not bypassing your heart just to perform miracles through your hands. I'm healing you completely. from the inside out. You won't have to pretend anymore. I'm sending people who won't just admire your calling, but who will cherish your heart. I'm sending you rest, not just physical, but emotional. The kind of rest that allows you to exhale without fear. This next season will not be marked by striving, but by surrender. The pressure to prove is over. The need to earn love is over. I call you mine, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You belong. And you are safe with me. You've carried others. You've interceded for them. You've sacrificed without complaining. Now let me carry you. This is your time to receive. Open your hands. Open your heart. The rain is beginning to fall. And with it, joy will return. Full. Overflowing. Undeniable.
My beloved child, the season you are stepping into has already been written in heaven's archives. It has been sealed with my promise and marked with your tears. You did not come this far by luck or accident. Every closed door, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer was not a denial but divine design. I allowed the delay so your spirit could be stretched, so your capacity could match your calling. And now, the wait is not just over, it has been made worth it. What I am bringing into your life will make you look back in awe. You will not regret the process once you see the promise. And even more, you will thank me for the wait. Because what's coming wouldn't have fit the person you used to be. I had to grow you. I had to break what would have broken you later. I had to separate you from voices that could not walk with you into this new realm. My child, you will soon understand that I wasn't withholding, I was preparing. Not just preparing the blessing for you, but preparing you for the blessing. That's why the pressure was so intense. That's why you couldn't explain what you were feeling. It was spiritual labor. The push you felt in your soul was heaven's contraction bringing forth a birth. And now, it's time. You will deliver what was placed in your womb. You will see with your eyes what I showed you in visions. And it will be more than you imagined. This new chapter is not an extension of your past, it is a complete reset. I am rewriting your story, not by erasing what was, but by redeeming it. Even the worst parts, even the pieces you wish you could forget, I will use them. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Every trauma you survived, every betrayal that cut deep, it's all being woven into testimony. And when you speak, chains will break. You will carry authority not because of titles, but because of scars. Others will see your peace and wonder how. They won't realize it was forged in fire. You didn't just survive, you stayed faithful. And that is why I am raising you up now. Because you didn't curse me when it hurt. Because you trusted even when it didn't make sense. That obedience, yes, that quiet, unseen, daily obedience, it moved mountains in the unseen realm. Demons had to back away when you chose worship over worry. Angels were dispatched when you got up and prayed when no one saw. You have no idea how powerful that made you in the spirit. That's why you felt such resistance. The enemy knew what was coming. But he failed. And now, everything he tried to stop, I will accelerate. What took years will suddenly fall into place. Restoration will come in waves. Reunions will happen out of nowhere. Lost time will be redeemed. The harvest is ready. And it has your name on it.
Listen to me, my child. As I release this new glory upon your life, do not shrink to make others comfortable. You were not created to blend in. You are a light, a burning lamp in a world of shadows. And though many won't understand your transformation, don't let their confusion become your cage. Walk boldly. Speak with clarity. Move with love, but do not apologize for your anointing. You've been commissioned. And this time, I will confirm it publicly. Those who doubted you, those who gossiped in secret, will have no choice but to watch as I elevate you. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove my word true. I do not abandon those I call. I do not forget the faithful. Your name is being echoed in places you haven't even prayed for. You're about to receive invitations you didn't seek, blessings you didn't chase, favor you didn't earn. That's what grace does. You sowed in tears, now you will reap in joy. But remember, with greater influence comes greater intimacy. Stay close to me. Let my voice be louder than all others. Before every decision, seek me. Before every step, acknowledge me. For this next chapter won't require striving, it will require surrender. You don't need to figure it all out. You just need to follow me. And I will make the path straight. As I close this word, let me speak one last thing to your heart: you are already enough. You don't need to fix everything before you walk into what I've called you to. I chose you knowing your flaws. I anointed you knowing your weakness. It was never about perfection, it was about surrender. And your surrender is beautiful to me. I see you still questioning, still wondering if you're ready. But child, I say this with the fullness of my love: you are ready now. You are ready to be loved without fear. You are ready to lead without shrinking. You are ready to heal without hiding. You are ready to be seen, known, and cherished. Let go of the shame that tried to follow you. Let go of the labels others put on you. You are not what they said. You are who I say you are. And I say you are chosen, called, covered, prepared. This is your release. This is your rise. And this is your restoration. Heaven is watching. Angels are cheering. And I, the Lord your God, am walking right beside you into everything I promised. Step forward now, beloved. The wait is over. The miracle begins.